What's up, y'all? I wanted to share a quick video about Nightshift because one of my most popular videos on this channel, which is unfortunately a short, unfortunately because it doesn't count towards watch time, whatever. But anyways, one of my most popular videos on this channel is about Nightshift. And so I saw like people found a lot of value in that, even though it's like a 60-second short. So I wanted to just share a longer format video about my experience with Nightshift because people had so many questions about like Nightshift and that video kind of scared them. So I just want to like give you guys my experience, what my job was, and do I recommend Nightshift or not? And so I'll just get right into it. So I worked Nightshift for UPS as an air handler. So basically I was just moving packages, stacking packages into an airplane to be shipped out. And it was nonstop work. Like literally it was nonstop. I was brutal. And we only had like a 5-minute break and like a 6-hour shift. And yeah, it was bad. Like it was horrible. Now, the only reason I did it, this is very important to take note of because I only did it. Yes, they paid more for Nightshift, but the other reason I did it is because they paid for my entire school. They paid like $40,000 or $50,000 of my tuition, like 100% of my tuition of university. That is the only reason that I did it. Okay. Without that, to me, it's not worth it. To me, to get a couple more dollars worth of, on an hour is just not worth it to me for just the stress that comes with Nightshift. Okay. And you got to consider that job also wasn't just a night shift that made it stressful. That was like 50%, but the other 50% was just a super just tiring job. I didn't have the energy to do anything else after it because like I said, we were moving boxes all night and these boxes could weigh anywhere from 5 pounds up to 150 pounds. And we didn't really have any equipment to move it except for our hands. And so, yeah, it was very tiring and it was a lot of work. And the night shift itself, it's what it does is it makes everything different because most people are operating, right? Like 80% of people I feel are just operating on a different schedule. And so when you try to make doctor's appointments or you try to just do everything else, it makes everything difficult, even just hanging out with your friends, right? Because your friends want to go out on a night at 10 p.m. and it's like, hey, my shift starts at 10 p.m., And so it just made things difficult when you're on the opposite schedule of the world. Right? It's like you're living on the other side of the world, except for you're not. You're still in the same time as everybody else. And so some people are naturally night owls. And I thought that I was because I used to stay up till like 2 a.m. and stuff. But yeah, I was not because this was completely different. In night shift, I was about maybe 5 a.m. By the time I was getting ready, showered, getting ready for bed, it's like 6 a.m. So my bedtime was 6 a.m. That completely threw me off. Like you're flipping your schedule entirely. And it just made things very, very difficult. The other thing is like your circadian rhythms gets thrown off. And when that gets thrown off, people don't understand that your hormones get out of whack and your mood gets out of whack. Your emotions get out of whack. And so it makes things really hard on your body and your stress levels. And also you got to understand like what your breakfast time may be with somebody's dinner time. And so you can see how all these things just get thrown out of whack and it confuses your body. Like your body's just like, what is going on? Imagine like people talk about jet lag, right? Imagine that, but it's like every day. Cause most people, when they get to another country, it's like they adjust quickly because it's like, oh, the sun is up. Their eyes adjust to the sun, their skin takes in the sun and their body quickly adjusts. But when you're on night shift, there's no sun coming out for your body to adjust. And so you don't really ever adjust. Like people say you get used to it or whatever. It's like, not really, because there's no sun there to adjust your circadian rhythms. Okay. You're just being exposed to the artificial light of whatever you're working and you're not getting any vitamin D from it. It's not, it's not going to affect what is going to affect, but not in a positive way, affect like your melatonin and stuff. So your body's thrown out of whack and it stays out of whack. Like you don't really get used to it. You may think on a biological level, you don't really get used to it. You need that sun to set your circadian rhythms and to put your hormones in place. And so that's the biggest thing to consider when you want to work night shift. For me, it's not worth it for a few dollars extra pay. Right? It's better to capitalize on what you like your youth and your just early development to capitalize on you being able to think clearly, having a young body and having energy on something else, in my opinion, and building that up rather than like just sacrificing your youth to somebody else. Again, unless you have a specific goal. Hey, I want to buy this house or whatever it is. If you have that goal in mind, go for it. If not, it's not worth it. And that's my opinion and my experience on night shift. If you guys have any questions in the comments, just leave it. I will answer it. But that's all I got for the day. Thanks for watching.